Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do understand that our next advertised auction is at 12 p.m. We do appreciate your patience. We are just getting our bidders on the phone and we'll be starting this auction in around about 3 minutes. Thank you so much for your patience. Stay tuned though, it's another wonderful home that will go under the hammer here with Ray White Canberra. We'll be as fast as we can. Thank you. You don't have any confirmation on that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and as I said earlier, thank you so much for your patience. Troy Reddick is my name. I'm a registered auctioneer, proudly representing Ray White in Canberra for our next auction. We're off to Amaroo at 7 Alice Street. We now have our buyers fully registered and on the phones. To all of those buyers who have seen sensational value in our offering, best of luck with your bidding. Wouldn't it be nice to end your search, and wouldn't it be nice to end your search at such a beautiful home as 7 Alice Street. I look forward to telling you about the property and of course about that wonderful location as we proceed during today's auction. I'd love to just launch in and take some bids. I do have some formalities that I need to get through first, so I do appreciate your patience again. Ladies and gentlemen, the home that we are selling today has been described formally as Block 11, Section 65 in the subdivision of Amaroo. We much better know it as 7 Alice Street. Our marketing agents, of course, Ray White Canberra. Stephanie Henry's on hand here today to assist our buyers with their bidding. It will be a vacant possession sale. The contract is stating that a vacant possession will be offered on or before the 60-day time frame, so plenty of time there to get everything packed up and moved in. Ladies and gentlemen, essentially that is the details of the contract. By registering to bid today, I'm assuming that you've taken the time to review the document, ask your necessary questions. Of course, the buyers do sign that at the fall of the hammer. The ACT auction conditions are in play here today. Of course, we conduct all of our ACT auctions under those conditions. Just to summarise those for you, as the auctioneer, I am entitled to place one bid on behalf of the seller. If I choose to do that during the auction, I will clearly announce that to each of you as a vendor's bid. I may decide how much we advance the bidding by, and of course, I may refer your bid to the seller, who I also have on the phone here today, so I can get some clear instructions before the end of the auction. For me, that's pretty much it. Buyers, as you know, you would have been pre-registered. We have issued the bidding numbers, and I know that you're on the phone currently to the Ray White staff. Please keep in mind with today's auction and all ACT auctions, it is unconditional in nature. What that means, on the fall of the hammer, the home is yours. You will be signing the contract. The deposit is payable immediately on the fall of the hammer. That deposit amount today shall be 10% of the purchase price. I do understand that some of you have discussed an alternative payment amount with Stephanie prior to doing any bidding, and that's fine as well. Essentially, buyers, that is the terms and conditions of today's sale. They are the standard ACT terms and absolutely nothing in there to be afraid of at all. I said to you, a lot of you have been looking for a long time, and wouldn't it be nice to end your search finally today, particularly with the property we have on offer. For those of you new to Amaroo, it is one of the fastest growing suburbs for young families. They're seeing great value because of location, so close to schools, to shops, to the Yerraby Ponds. Of course, you have very easy access straight into the heart of the Gungahlin town centre. The home itself, you've all viewed it. You can see it behind me here. I'm not going to go on and on about it today, but it can only be described as immaculate. Everything that the young families are looking for, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, double garage, is all there, and the condition is an absolute knockout. Our lucky buyer can simply move in and have the pleasure of unpacking, putting their feet up and enjoying. Well, I know you've taken the time to view it. I will finish there, and I'm going to offer to the market now 7 Alice Street. Who's here to buy it, buyers? Start me away with your opening bid when you're ready.
630.
630, and we're away with number 1 at 630,000. And thank you, bidder number 1. You are leading this one at this stage. Probably can't sell it to you at that sort of price, but I do appreciate the start, particularly a nice fast start. Where do we go from here? At 630,050, I'm looking for you to say what you're comfortable with. At 630,000, is there 50 anywhere in the audience now? 630 I have. Well, number 1 looks good for you. Might as well just throw you the keys and 50 now.
640.
At 640,000, I'll take it, but I'd love to get confirmation from you. At 640,000, now the bids with number 3 has been fairly bid, fairly offered against number 1 there now. 640,000, 20 more if you could take it at 60. Happy to do it on a nod.
650?
650, nothing shorter than the 10 if you don't mind, sir. At 650,000 now. At 650 and 10 more, I won't take anything less. Bids at 650,000 and the bids with bidder number 1. Understand the fast start if we need to press pause this later. I have to take a 10 at this stage, and just a 60 if you don't mind. We're still at 650,000. At today's rate, certainly not paying too much. We'll need to see 60 there to take the bid, please. We're still at 650,000, still your bid, sir, and good luck with the bidding.
Would you like to do 60?
Promise you're not paying too much, and particularly at today's interest rate, represents outstanding value. What a chance to buy this beautiful family home. At 650,000, we're absolutely all done. We'll need to see an advance of 10 there from bidder number 2. At 650,000 buyers, make no mistake, first call today in your favour, sir, at $650,000. Second call, need some clear instructions, please, buyers. At this stage now, because it's $650,000.
I'll lock that in for you. 660.
660 and well bid. At 660,000, back against you at the back. Bids with number 3 now at 660,000. So just don't let this one run away from you.
665.
I need a 10 again, sir, if I can round them into 70. Interest rates are just so good for a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. 670 and welcome back. That's good bidding. At 670,000, the bids with number 1. We're at 670,000. Please be loud and clear to your buyers on the phone. With the bidding at 670,000, 80 or more I'm looking for. We're racing to that 700,000. Maybe just jump there, see what he's got. 670,000 buyers is the bid. Been bid with number 1, where do we go? 670,000 even, is there 80 or more there? Need some clear instructions. We're on the first call today now, 670,000. Back in your favour, sir, you're number one for a good reason. At 670,000 now, twice. Surely we're not done, but for the third and final call,
680.
680 and loud and clear, and thank you, bidder number 3. At bidder number 3 and 680,000, so call, do it fast is my suggestion. 690 will round me to the 7, it's worth every cent. At 680,000 is the top bid, and it's with number 3. What would you like to do, sir? I know you've seen the home, you love the home, now's your chance to own that home at only 680,000. The smart money, I believe, is at 7 plus. You tell me what's good for you though, because we're at 680. 90 I'll take. Wasn't sure whether that's a bid there for number 2, and sir, number 1, it's against you. It's at $680,000. We'll need to see the 90 or just round me to 7. I know we're going there. 680,000 has been the call. Are we done?
What's that, sorry? What was the bid, Troy?
It's 80. 680,000.
685?
I'll take a 5, but nothing short of please. At 685,000, back with number 1 now. At 685,000, I won't take anything shorter than the 5. Love to keep it along in 10s if we could though. It's at 685,000 with bidder number 1 now. See bidder number 2, you've lost your phone. I hope that you get it back soon. I believe that they're having a good chat with Stephanie. And I do know that the interest in this home's been significant. Right from the very first day it's hit the market. And of course today we've got competitive bidding now at 685,000. What's my instructions, win or out? Well, we just need to get your phone back as well. We're not going to see a bid until you're holding the phone. The bid's still with your buyer, sir, at bidder number 1 at 685,000. Need to know where we go from here at 685,000.
690, Troy.
Welcome back now at 690,000. Bidder number 3 at 690 leads this one. Absolutely need to be in front with auction. Highest bidder either buys or has first right to buy, sir. Make that very clear to your buyer at 690,000. I'm not sure the 5s are going to work. Round it to 10, take me to 7, see what they've got. 690,000 is where the bid's at. And currently the bid's with bidder number 3. For everything on offer here, ladies and gentlemen, it's a 183 square metre of living.
What's the current bid, Troy?
690,000. You understand they take a little bit longer. We would hate to miss a bid with the communications here, but at 690,000 is the call. Really need to see 5 or 10 more to keep it alive. If you could let your client know, it's still at 690,000. Still your bid, sir. So well done, you're leading this one. Suggest we still got a little way to go though. What's the instructions at the back at 690,000? Please be very clear, buyers, because on the first call now, it's 690,000 looks good for bidder number 3. Second call, we absolutely all done. Because for the third and final time now, it's 690,000. What's my instructions? Can't sell it to the second place buyer at 690,000. Seems like outstanding value to me. We are out. Just need to know at this point. 690,000, I'll pass it around again, looking for an increase there of at least 5 or more. That's 690,000. 690 is your bid. Absolutely, bidder number 3 has it at 690,000. Lost our listing agent Stephanie at this point. I know that she'll be working hard for her buyers and sellers, as all the Ray White agents do.
You will.
If you think that they work hard, spare a thought.
Troy, 691.
I really need a 5 at this stage. I can absolutely promise though at 695 they're not paying too much. If you've done your homework for everything on offer here, it seems like absolutely outstanding value to me. It's still at 690,000. Looking for 5 or 10 or more, you say. 700 would be a good competitive bid. That's where I suggest we go. What would they like to do? Bidder number 1? Surely you wouldn't let it go at this price. If you can find better value in today's market,
695,
695, and welcome back now at 695,000. Steph, I saw you for a moment. Do understand that you're walking backwards and forwards and working hard. It's at 695,000. The bid's now with bidder number 1. Good decision. Must feel better to be back in front. And sir, it's been fairly bid now, fairly offered against you at 695 at the back. Do understand there's some big decisions to be made here, but you should have confidence in the Canberra market. You've seen some good results here, even in the last 7 days, with interest rates so low, confidence still good. If you've been shopping, you wouldn't want to end the search. without finishing up with a beautiful home like we have at 7 Alice Street at 695,000. It is against your client there, bidder number 3, because the bid's at the back of the room with number 1 at 695,000. First call, do we sell away today? Second call, just need to know in or out at this point, at 695,000.
Confirmed.
At 7.
700,000.
700,000 even. I was hoping you were going to add 705 or 710, but I'll take the 7. As long as we keep heading up in the right direction now at 700,000, sir, you seem to have lost your phone as well. I know you would have been passing that back to Stephanie, who our buyers have been dealing with throughout the campaign, and feedback has been fantastic, not just from the buyers, but I believe that Stephanie's been working very, very hard on behalf of those buyers and sellers as well. If you think she would have been working hard, spare a thought for the nurses working out there, the healthcare workers at the moment, who I know that are doing their best as well. But we're here to sell real estate today, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we go now? 700,000 even. The bid's back with number 3. What's the call? You've lost your phone. Suggest you get that back from Steph. You're very persuasive on your bidding, and I do appreciate that. Are going to need to see another bid or two, Steph. It's at 700,000. Surely there'd be 5 more if you take into consideration everything the property has to offer, the location the property has to offer. Doesn't matter what the weather's doing, you're comfortable here. Ducted reverse cycle, heating, cooling, 5-star energy rating. Canberra's known for its crazy weather. Warm in winter, cool in summer is how I can describe this home. If you're currently outgrown your current accommodation, I'm sure you'd appreciate the spacious bedrooms, excellent living space, easy care block. You won't be a slave to this garden every single weekend at 700,000. Suggesting you're probably the best buy in Amaroo at this point. What's the bid? 5 more. Bidder number 2, I've noticed that you're still on the phone, missed a couple of turns during the bidding round. I suggest it might be your turn to come back in now with a good bid at 5 or 10. Throw the cat amongst the pigeons, see what they've got. Bid still with number 3 at 700,000. Just waiting to hear some instructions there if we're definitely out. I'll call it if I need to. Buyers at 700,000 even. First call today, here we go at 7 Alice Street in Amaroo. Second call at 700,000 even. Now is your absolute last chance to top up at 705 or more. Third and final call. Are we done at the back? And bidder number 2, we absolutely out. Well, you won't walk away saying the auctioneer did not give you fair opportunity to place your bids. It's still at 700,000. Do need to see an increase there. And Steph, where do we go from here? Bids now at 700,000. Still with bidder number 3.
So, we certainly are.
Do believe we're seeking some instructions at this point with the bid still at 700 auction, of course, still alive. Our registered buyers can come through at any stage and reopen the bidding. I understand also there's been great interest in this property. Not everyone being able to bid today under the auction terms. We are going to do our best to sell it unconditionally today. For any reason the home is not sold, our buyers who aren't in the registration process today will have the opportunities to buy. We are going to continue the auction though and do our best. That's 700,000. Do we sell away? Buyers, I know you haven't placed your hand up in the air for a couple of minutes now, but it's still alive, still not too late. 700,000. Do we sell away? Steph, where do we go from here?
Could you just give us some time, Troy? Just a bit of time.
No more.
Yeah, well, they can give you a bit of time and I'll find some fillers, maybe some bad dad jokes or...
Put in 17. We'll see where that gets us.
Is that 700,000? I'd love to see an increase there from bidder number 3.
Thank you. 710.
At 710, we're moving closer. At $710,000 is the bid now with bidder number 3. Thank you for your consideration. So glad that you can see value in our offering here. When you understand that good real estate's all about location, location doesn't get much better than 7 Alice Street, so close to the town centre. If you've got young kids, you'll enjoy the parks that are nearby, you'll enjoy the bike paths. The Yerrabee Pond District Skate Park Playground is the absolute perfect place on Sunday afternoon to spend time with the kids. Doesn't surprise me that Amaroo is on the top of the shopping list for so many young families. At $710,000 to secure your future. Seems like an absolute steal to me. Perhaps your buyer's tactic, sir, at the back is to leave it to the last minute. Of course, once the hammer falls, the home is sold. Bid still at $710,000. We're going backwards and forwards, ladies and gentlemen, between our buyer and our seller. Some really big decisions to be made here. 1 minute I've been asked for it, 710,000. Can I tempt them back in for 10 more at 20? Promise you it'd be closer than what we were some 60 seconds ago. Auctions are live, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 710,000. Do we sell away today? As already said, the contracts on auction day are unconditional. Nice to know the sold sticker goes on. No more open homes for the buyers, no more open homes for the seller. Move on with your plans. Wouldn't that feel good at $710,000? Keeping this one alive, tempting you back in. We may only be 1 bid away, 2 bids away, who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, I am in the hands of listing agent Stephanie Hendry at the moment. We're at 710,000. Love to see an increase of 20.
720.
720 in good bidding now. At 720,000, we are edging closer, ladies and gentlemen. At 720,000 now, the bid's still with bidder number 3. No question they've seen outstanding value in our offering, and I'm not surprised for those of you who have seen it. Freshly painted throughout, it's got the double garage. I do understand that young families, if you're currently in a 3-bedroom home, perhaps in the same area, bursting at the seams, you'll appreciate the space, the storage, and everything that we have on offer here. That's 720,000. Do appreciate your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, buyers bidding from the comfort of their own home here today. Plenty of people looking on too. I do understand there's a couple of buyers watching our live feed today. Probably with the hope it gets passed in so they can have a chance under conditional terms. We will be selling unconditionally today. If we can surpass our top bid of 720,000, where do we go? Notice that you're still on the phone. You haven't let it go. I'm living in hope that there may be another bid there, in a $5,000 bid above the 720. Round me to the quarter, you say. 720,000. I'm allowing our listing agent just a little bit more time to deal with both the buyer and the seller. It'd be lovely to do it in person. The regulations state we cannot do that anymore. Once you're stuck with me on the big screen for a little bit longer, 720,000. Hopefully we're selling away today. Won't be too long, buyers. Thanks for your patience.
Hopefully we'll see it done probably shortly. Thank you. Thanks, mate.
The Ray Watt staff have taken time out of their Saturday to come and assist with our buyers. The auction's still alive. I know you can't see the behind the scenes, but I've got Stephanie Hendry running backwards and forwards between phones, letting the buyer know that there's still a wonderful opportunity in front of them. Perhaps the seller can move ahead with their plans. It's 720,000. Where do we go? You might have to get me a seat and a glass of water soon. Perhaps turn the air conditioning up. Must say there are some advantages with auctioning here live. It's never raining. We're fully climate controlled here, as I'm sure you are in your own home. We are at 720,000. We're keeping this one alive. The bid's with number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully they can be a little bit more enticing with the bids than compared to what I've been now. If it takes an extra 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes to negotiate this one out, well, I'd like to think the buyer would spend the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, even longer enjoying this beautiful property, watching their kids grow up in the safe and community-minded surrounds that Amaroo is so well known for. So where do we go? Team's still working hard here. Always a little bit more difficult keeping their social distancing. The bid's at 720,000. I'd love to see 730, 740, 750.
I'm just going to put this 725 in for you.
I believe there has been an increase in bid there for number 3. We'll need to see an increase if you are here to buy it today. That's the simple news now. It's 735.
725.
725. Well, thank you. We are moving in the right direction. It's 725,000. Do appreciate your bidding. The bid's still with number 3. You're absolutely doing the right thing. If you're in the position to buy today, you should be absolutely buying. Perhaps this is the best opportunity you will get for some time. $725,000. We've recorded that as a live bid, ladies and gentlemen. It's still with bidder number 3. Like watching a good thriller movie. You don't want to finish with 5 minutes to go. You need to see how it ends. Love to see a result here. The hammer's at the ready. Of course, when the hammer falls, home is sold. Just seeking some instructions at this point, so we are clear from both our buyers and our seller on the deal being done today. Auctions are live, ladies and gentlemen, at $725,000. At that price, there's probably a few of you sitting at home saying, well, I should have done a registration myself. I'd normally say at this point it's not too late, but perhaps it is. If we're seeking some instructions, Stephanie Hendry, I can still see her outside, pacing backwards and forwards between her buyer and seller, making sure that all parties are happy with the transaction at the end at $725,000. Where do we go? Been a busy week for the Ray White staff. Obviously, we've adapted very, very quickly to the new way of doing business. It's great to see that we have registered buyers here who have also adapted very quickly. People still looking to buy real estate. People still need a place to live. People still want that. Thought I had an increased bid there, but we will continue to be patient. $725,000, all the bids have been recorded, and we are still live, and we are still doing our best, ladies and gentlemen, to see a successful conclusion. It'd be lovely to see the sold sticker go on. Lovely to think that the neighbours in Alice Street will welcome their new buyer into the street. I do believe there's a lovely community feel there. There's other kids in the neighbourhood as well. At $725,000. Stephanie Hendry, I've lost sight of you again. Where do we go? There's always some big decisions to be made. We never want to put undue pressure onto people. We're happy to do that. In the absence of further bidding, Scotty, I might have to start telling some jokes. And I can promise you that no one actually wants to see that. But if you're going to force my hand, I know you do. They're all in bad taste. We're at $725,000. I can hear plenty of chatter between our listing agent and our buyer and our seller. They're still working hard at it. I'd like to think that both buyer and seller have done some time to have a think about their strategies now. We're just watching those strategies playing out. It's great to hear the agents working hard. We are looking for an increase, ladies and gentlemen, above the $725,000. Calculators are out. Everyone's doing their mortgage repayments calculation, making sure they can afford it. It's not our job to put anyone in the red zone, but again, we'd hate to send our buyers home empty-handed to continue their search. I can understand how painful that search can be, particularly if you've got a young family dragging the kids around open homes and now by appointments, since we are no longer doing the open homes. Perhaps you can put all that behind you and in only 60 days moving to your beautiful new home in the desirable suburb of Amaroo, better known as 7 Alice Street. I think we might have an increase in bid here. I'm just waiting for confirmation. Still at $725,000. For those of you watching at home, I'm sure you'll be pleased to know that there's still opportunities to buy real estate this afternoon. 2 more homes to go under the hammer in the Ray White Canberra auction rooms. At $725,000. This is the one we're working on at the moment. 1 minute, am I being told?
We're close.
We are certainly close. Are the clear instructions? And while we're close, we will not give up on these negotiations. We will keep at it until we see a result. I do appreciate your patience. At least you can get up at home, go grab a drink, go to the bathroom, do what you need to do. Even some of our buyers said that bidding online or watching it being live streamed, even more convenient than having to go out on site and bid. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. Invite the neighbours around, perhaps a sausage sizzle. That's all in the old days, isn't it though, Georgie? Not allowed to do that anymore. It's all parties for one. 725, what's the instructions? 1 minute we say. 1 minute. 1 minute has stretched into 2, which is now stretched into 10 and 15. As I said though, if it takes a little bit longer to get this one sold, we will wait. The gap between buyer and the seller is coming down all the time, and it's getting extremely close. That sounded like some positive confirmation. We'll wait for that to come through. I've lost sight of our listing agent, ladies and gentlemen, but I know that they are working hard. We're at 725,000, still the increase, sir. What would you like to do?
Okay, then put this forward to the auction and then I'll go through it like that to Stephanie to tell the owners. How does that sound? I'll re-clarify that to 720. Okay.
Where are we at, sir?
728.
728,000. Not sure about the hourly rate there, an increase of 3,000. Only took 10 minutes to get here. At that rate, we should be done by Easter. But if that's what it takes, that's what we'll do. We're at 728,000. Hope that's now been updated on our live stream. The bid's still with bidder number 3. See the emotional attachment that they have to the property. I'm sure their search has been going on, and once you've looked around, you know the one that you want to buy. You know the one that's suited best to your family. And I can see that this one is the most suited to your family, sir, and I wish you all the best with the continued bidding. At 728,000. I know that nobody ever wants to pay too much for the property they're buying. But I suggest for everything that's on offer here, 20 squares of living in the old language, plus the double garage on top of that. Beautiful street known as Alice Street. I know they're not paying too much. I need them to feel good about it too. It's hard to know where the market's going in the future, but ladies and gentlemen, quality real estate is always desirable. It's always sought after. And with interest rates so rock bottom at the moment, I believe that the market will continue along very, very strongly. If you're planning on being there for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you could absolutely do no wrong. As they continue to build further and further out, I think you'll find suburbs like Amaroo will become more desirable thanks to their proximity to major facilities such as the town centre, light rail running all the way from Gungahlin town centre now into the heart of town.
So close.
Just open up that inner north district. Let's open up the city district. For those of you who like to have a drink on a Saturday night, we'll have to wait until we can get back into that environment. Thankfully we can still get some takeaways and have a quiet glass of wine at home. Once our bars and pubs and clubs do reopen, you can jump straight onto the light rail from the Gungahlin town centre. Enjoy a big night out in Braddon or in City. No Uber rides home, jump back on the light rail. It really has opened up that Gungahlin strip all the way through to the inner north. Still at 928,000, ladies and gentlemen. I know that for those of you watching at home who've seen a number of auctions, some are over and done with in a split second, and some do take a little bit longer. But while the auction's alive and while the auction's moving, we'll continue at it. Bids at 728,000. Again, I've lost sight of our agent. At 728,000. What's the instructions? Let me guess. 1 minute. How did I guess that? I've been asked to provide another 1 minute of fill. If we need to do another minute, we'll do another minute, won't we? My bet is it's probably not going to be 1 minute. My bet is it might be 2 or 3. And why we'd love to see a decision, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to put the pressure on buyers when we do understand what a big decision that they are making today. Same with the seller as well. And a particular seller here, loved living in this home. Always found it a beautiful property to reside in. See the work that they've done around the home, making it very comfortable, not just for themselves, but for the next buyer. Instant gas, hot water, NBN ready to go. For those of you used to slow internet connections from some of the more established areas, question, particularly at the environment at the moment, we're all stuck at home. You'd appreciate the lightning speed downloads that the NBN provides here at our property. Alarm system, electronic, reverse cycle air conditioning, all included. Bid's still at 728,000. Let me guess, 1 minute. We are so close, they're saying. Well, I've got the hammer at the ready, and when I'm given instructions to do so, we will finalise this sale. But at the moment, we've still got a little bit of work to do at $728,000. Again, thank you for your patience here. The agent's working hard to get things done. I know that the rest of the Ray White Canberra crew are out and about Canberra today still showing property. We do it a little bit differently now. But buyers, you can call up any of our Ray White agents, make appointments on any of the Ray White listings. Would be only more than happy to take you through on a private viewing. We are certainly available for business. Properties are being shown 7 days a week at the moment. So if you see something you like on the Zango website, we would love to arrange your private viewing. The auctions will continue, of course, to be a live stream. We're always happy to take the phone bidding. A convenient way now to buy and sell real estate. Certainly the market in the last 7 days has proven how robust the Canberra market is. And if you've been searching for that perfect family home for the last 6 months, 12 months, well, you wouldn't let that go now. Particularly when we're standing in such a beautiful offering as 7 Alice Street here in Amaroo. Has that been 1 minute yet? I think it has. Here we go, 700. It's been an increased bid, sir.
730.
730. I can't tempt you in at 35. We're at 730,000. We are moving north, ladies and gentlemen. Even a $2,000 increase has put our buyer closer to securing their future than what they were some 60 seconds ago. At 730,000, the bids with number 3. If you thought our last auction was one of the longest auctions you've seen, we may be surpassing that. Yes, no? $730,000. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you watching at home, eagerly anticipating the fall of the hammer. The hammer is at the ready. I haven't been given those instructions to be able to drop that hammer. Would love to do so. To spend 30 minutes on negotiations and then not actually be able to finalise it under the hammer. Because I know that that's both what the sellers are looking for, that's what the buyers are looking for, is the certainty of the auction process. Once the hammer falls, contract's done, deposits paid, everyone will sleep better tonight. I promise you that. At 730,000, bids with number 3. The team's working hard. I'm sure there'll be some celebrations once the deal's finally done, because it has been a tense one, ladies and gentlemen.
If you want to go any more, this is the last chance. Otherwise, it's to the open market.
3. I've got to go.
He's literally just walking over.
Ladies and gentlemen, just waiting.
Let me see if I can even get a minute. Let me just quickly check if we even have a minute. Okay. We've got 1 minute.
How are we going there, bid at number 3? Is there an increase there? Where do we need to be to finalise this one now? Auctions are live at 730,000. Stephanie, I know that you're doing your best here. Love to move it along though. Where's the bid? Where's the increase? I believe we are so close, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, it just has to be 30. I don't mean to be rude, but we've just got another option coming up. Beautiful.
At 730,000, where do we go?
Just talking to life, it just-
Looks like there's some calculations being done just to make sure it can be afforded. But ladies and gentlemen, I would think that that is a fantastic buy. For those of you who've been doing your research in the Amaroo and the broader Gungahlin market, 730,000, is that an increased bid now, can I say? It's a tense one, even we're feeling nervous here, aren't we? All 2 of us. Certainly I'm curious, I need to know how this finishes. Bid still at 730,000. The buyer will never say, geez, the auctioneer rushed me through that one and I wasn't given the opportunity.
Have to pass it.
You need to be very clear, buyers, if the home is not sold today and it goes to the open market, competition could be fierce. You're in the box seat at the moment. I'm just not sure why you wouldn't make the most of that opportunity. Don't get the opportunity every day to be the very, very last bidder and given first opportunity to buy such beautiful real estate. At $730,000, where's the increase now?
735.
735, good bidding, sir. Promise you with 5,000 extra on top, you will never regret it. If our loan market crew were here, they could tell you what the extra repayments are on an additional 5,000, but at 2.2% interest rates at the moment, can you believe that? We may never see interest rates like that again. So many people are now upgrading their accommodation, perhaps paying 4.5% interest rates at the moment, which they thought was ridiculously good. Well,
If you can just hold it, it won't be on.
if you're paying anything over 3%, you need to come and talk to our loan market crew. Don't even have to make an appointment. We can do it over the phone. We can do it via FaceTime. But our loan market crew are the ones who can find you the best deal. That's $735,000. What's the instructions?
We're selling, Troy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to our buyer being given clear instructions at $735,000. Home is to be sold today. Very, very well played to both our buyer and seller who have secured their futures here. There hasn't been another bid against you, bidder number 3, for some 5 minutes. I don't believe there'll be one now. First call, second call, third and final call. 7 Alice Street, Amaroo. We're selling away today. We're selling away. Very, very well purchased. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a marathon effort there. But again, we've got a happy buyer, happy seller who can now move ahead with their plans. Our buyer starts packing, only 60 days to wait. Our seller, your future is now secure to move on. Thank you so much. We are going to move ahead quite quickly with the next auction coming up at 1 p.m. Thank you so much. Good day.